Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Hello friends, welcome to Fairfield Today. I'm Paul Jasson, your host. Thanks for joining us. We look out today, it's a little cloudy and overcast, kind of a fallish looking day downtown here today. We're glad you're with us. We are in the lobby, of course, of Fairfield Federal, right in the corner where so much activity happens around most everything in Lancaster. And so we're glad you're here today. We'll start the show with always an interesting segment to have on. For more than 20 years, the organization, the local chapter of it, Freedom's Never Free, has been providing information and activities and just lots of things to highlight the sacrifices that our military has made over the years in all kinds of different areas in terms of the Korean War, the WW2, Vietnam, all the wars that have gone on. They've taken each year at different times and highlighted them, and it's time for that again this year. It's coming up here real soon. Pleasure to have on with us. First time here is our guest, Miquelle Ball. Miquelle,
hello.
Welcome.
Thank you. It's
you are
great
the
to be
secretary
here.
of the organization. Been doing that a while?
Actually, last year was my first year as a secretary, but I've been involved with Freedom's Never Free since I was like 12 years old.
So Jeannie's thrown you right into this.
Oh yeah, she threw me right in. I don't think she gave me a whole lot of a choice. She was like, all right, we got a position.
That's kind of how that works. I kind of remember that too. Yeah, that's how. Are you doing? Not will? Are you doing? Okay, very good.
Yep. I got the picture.
I will say that Freedom's Never Free. That's of the events I get to do over the years, and I get to do a lot of military things. This is one of my favorites. This is always meaningful, and we'll talk about all the things going on that weekend. But on that Thursday afternoon, when they have the what do they call that? The posting of the colors.
Yes.
That's what we'll call it.
Yep.
Somewhere around 300 flags will be out there this year.
Yeah, just over 300.
We'll mention all the names and things that go on with that. That's really a moving ceremony for the people.
It really is. I took over getting all the flags and everything for the Field of Heroes a few years ago. I started doing that, and I've always been there, and I've always been there to help volunteer to post the flags and everything. But until I really started
digging into
it, and I was the one getting the order forms and ordering them, and then handing the flags off to these family members and folks that have sponsored their hero's flag. It really, I don't know, it had a deeper meaning when I really got a little bit more involved with it that way.
So we're talking about the posting ceremony, which will take place on that Thursday, start around 2 o'clock or shortly thereafter, after everything gets in, get down to that to the Field of Heroes down there, and all the flags will be put out there on display. And as I understand it, we're past the date now for this year.
Yes.
But on your website, which is freedomsneverfree.com, there is you can do it online, get everything done, and that will be for next year. And then once you're in, you're in.
Yep, once you're in, you're in. So the money that you send in for your flag on your order form, which comes directly to us, that goes specifically just for your flag. So Freedom's Never Free doesn't make anything off of that. We don't profit anything off of that. It just, that goes to sponsor your hero's flag.
So each year, Freedom's Never Free brings in different, I guess, not monuments, but different memorials highlighting different things. And this year's traveling memorials will highlight what?
So this year we're going to have the Lima Company Eyes of Freedom, which we've brought multiple times in the past, and is such a touching memorial. There's a reason why we keep bringing them back, So they really highlight just this amazing stuff. They touch on things like PTSD and the paintings of these soldiers in Lima Company are just something that you really need to experience for yourself to really grasp what they really do and mean for people all around.
And there's something else besides Lima Company,
Yep.
right?
So we'll also have the Traveling Korea Memorial.
Korean Memorial,
Yep,
okay.
yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yes. So that is Freedom's Never Free's memorial that we've put together, and that's always a really cool one.
Always good to highlight, I think, the Korean War. It kind of, in some ways, kind of falls in the crack a little bit. It's kind of, it's not WW2, it wasn't Vietnam, but for the men and women that served over there, it was a big deal.
Yeah, it really was, and it's so important to really recognize that, I think, especially when you have that memorial set up and you have the men and women that, have had loved ones that served in Korea, and, the people who this memorial really means something to, that's where you really get that sense of
rubber meets the road.
Exactly,
right there.
exactly.
Well, typical of what's going on here on this weekend, it all begins on Thursday afternoon, October 31st, coming up here very shortly at noon. The traveling memorials will arrive at the Ed Sands building in kind of the other side of the track at the fairgrounds. And then at 4 o'clock will be the opening ceremonies. They'll have the Field of Heroes, the posting of the colors, and the pinning ceremony. So a couple things going on there. It's always an interesting day.
Yes, there's a lot going on, but it's very cool.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I mean, every event means something to someone, so it's very cool to see. Yeah.
And want to thank Kristen Glazier, CEO of Fairhope Hospice. They're involved in the Veterans Pinning Ceremony, and they have all their people out there helping, so it's nice to have them out there. Good people.
We love having them out there every year.
And I look at some of the other things. You'll have the silent drill team. You've got some vendors out there. I want to mention Jamie Mast and Jimmy's Jawbreaker. That's always good to mention Jamie, because that's a draw on itself. That's worth going out there to have that.
Yes, she's setting up on Wednesday this year, so a day beforehand.
Oh,
so
nice.
She'll be there. Yeah, she'll be there to get the ball rolling.
So that's on the 31st. Freedom's Never Free comes in on the 31st. And then on the 1st, which would be Friday night,
Yep.
Friday night is the USO dance there at the Ed Sands building too at 7 o'clock.
Yes, so we are going to have the 18-piece band, the Nostalgics, there. So
super group.
They are always so neat to hear. And it's that dance in and of itself is just really cool. So you can dress up in any era that you want. And just come out and have a good time. We'll have donuts, coffee. Jamie will be out there with her truck. And honestly, just to come for the band is it's really neat.
And it'll have that USO feel with the donuts and coffee, because that's kind of what USO always supplied.
Decorate for it and everything.
Excellent.
It's all the red, white, and blue, the classics, and
so that's Friday night at 7 o'clock, the USO dance out there. And then Friday night, Saturday then starts at 11 o'clock out there. Got lots of different things. Got a big cornhole tournament going on. You got the patriotic pet parade. That's a fun thing. You'll retire the flags at noon. And then there's the Freedom's Never Free appreciation celebration, and they'll announce the patriotic poster contest winners. Those are always cool.
Yes, we will. So that last year it was really cool. So this year what we're doing is the theme is going to be what patriotism means to me. So all the kids are going to make their poster depicting what patriotism means to them. Everyone will come in and cast their votes, and then on Saturday we will announce the winner.
Miquelle Ball is with me, Secretary of Freedom's Never Free. And everything starts coming up pretty quickly on the 31st. Thursday afternoon starts about noon. Things arrive, and then the official ceremony. And I think it's important to know that for maybe some that don't know, if you have a person that you've sponsored a flag for there, you're welcome to come and post that flag.
Yes, welcomed and encouraged.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a few family members specifically that they are there every single year. They are always there to post that flag. And it's, I think it's very sentimental. It's a very personal thing to do, to be able to post. They wouldn't miss it. Yeah, they would not miss it. There have been people, I don't think I've seen them miss a year. And it means something. It's very important. like I said.
Well, the fair just ended, but always something going on at the Fairfield County Fairgrounds, and this year for this event is no different. It's Freedom's Never Free 2024. It's an appreciation celebration. It's held again at the Ed Sands building on the back side of the track. You can get right into it from the front gate right there. The escort with the memorial will be arriving on Thursday afternoon at noon. The actual opening ceremony and then the posting of the colors and the pinning starts at 4 o'clock. So it's a good afternoon of things going on there. You got the USO dance at 7. You got a busy weekend coming up. You ready for all this?
Oh yeah, it's best time of the year. Yeah, every year this is where the fun starts.
and as I think I mentioned, you think you're going to be around 300 flags this year. So
just over, yeah. So it's growing.
And it is. And again, on freedomsneverfree.com, you can get in there and you can get an online registration for what is it, $25?
It's $60 to sponsor a flag.
$60. But then that's forever done. Every year it goes up. Even if you can't make it, it'll be posted with your name read down there. And it's really a good event, and like you say, a lot of families show up for that.
Yeah, it's something that a lot of families, it's very sentimental and personal to them to be able to go out and post their hero's flag.
Well, I just want to say I think Freedom's Never Free has done a great job of keeping all this alive and keeping the sentiment of what the military means to certainly people like me who are former military and all the others in the community who have been involved in this, to not kind of let things fall out of the view. Keep it up there in everybody's mind. So it'll be the Eyes of Lima Company and the Korean Memorial. Those will be the ones highlighted this year.
Lima Company, Eyes of Freedom, and then the Korean Memorial.
Well, it'll be a wonderful ceremony. Begins 31st at noon. You'll be out there, like 4 days ahead?
So I will be, feels like it sometimes. I'll be out there a day ahead, and then we'll get the ball rolling on Thursday to.
Ball rolling. Very clever. That's very good. See? I like that, Miquelle. That's very good. So everything starts on the 31st and ends on Saturday at 11 o'clock and going through 3 o'clock with the poster celebration. Don't forget the USO dance on Friday night at 7 o'clock out at the Ed Sands building. Anything else you want to hit on? You think we touched it?
I think we touched on everything. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on, but we got it.
50-50 drawings, Chinese auctions, got all kind of interesting things to keep people occupied while you're out there, so hope you'll attend that. Freedom's Never Free, coming up pretty soon. Good luck on that.
Thank you. We're excited.
Done a great job. It'll come off well. Thanks.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
We'll be back in just a moment on Fairfield Today.
If you've been thinking about getting a home loan, now is the time. Hi, this is Carrie James from Fairfield Federal. Our experienced lenders are here to help you make your vision a reality. For more than 125 years, we've been helping our community achieve home ownership. Fairfield Federal has convenient online application for your home loan, home equity loan, and home equity line of credit needs. Visit fairfieldfederal.com to get started. Fairfield Federal for checking, savings, and home loans. Data charges may apply, subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402612.
The reason why I do what I do is I love helping people, and I really love to work on understanding and striving to improve the lives of the people in our community. Being in Fairfield County is having a network of people around you.
I am driven by my belief that every individual deserves an opportunity to achieve mental and emotional balance, and I'm very passionate about contributing to that process.
Community, connections, collaboration. The Fairfield County Way.
What makes Fairhope what it is our staff. It's always a question that we ask, why do you want to be here with us? And what they most always say is, "You've touched my life this way. You know, you took care of this person, or I've seen what you've done and I want to do that." And so the staff that have been here know what it takes. They've been on the other side. They see what it takes to make someone comfortable, to make the family comfortable, and really what kind of support they need. And so I think that's what really makes Fairhope what it is.
Fairfield Medical Center is more than a hospital. We're a health system that's been putting people first for more than a century. From the youngest patients to the eldest, our compassionate team of caregivers are here to support you through every season of life. We are healers, cheerleaders, patient advocates, and champions. Your health is our greatest accomplishment, and we are proud to serve you. Whatever you're searching for, you can find it at Fairfield Medical Center.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Fairfield Today. Appreciate Miquelle Ball and everybody being here to talk about Freedom's Never Free. Good event coming up pretty soon. And also coming up is an event that we like to talk about frequently here. It's the Lancaster Community Chorus. They do 3 concerts a year, and one of them's coming up here in a couple of weeks. Found in the Old Testament. I think we can figure out what that might be about just from the title there. That might give it away. Not many secrets here. We've got the director, Clarence McCoy. Clarence, welcome.
Thank you.
Found in the Old Testament. You come up with that title?
I did. Okay. And that's, as we like to do with our concerts, so they have themes, and we select music that fits that theme, and so this provided a lot of fodder for us to choose from.
I was going to say, I bet the music is pretty much unlimited.
It is, and there was one song in particular that I wanted to do, I've been wanting to do, and this fit that theme. So I kind of built the theme around that song and added a couple others in the mix that I've been wanting for the group to do that fit in here just fine. So we're excited about the good mix of music that we have for this particular concert.
Is that how the theme of a show is brought about? You'll have in your mind, you don't have it always all fleshed out all the time, but I wanted to do this song. I have been able to put it in, you've done a lot of concerts for a lot of years, and it hasn't fit. So I want to get that in. So now we'll make that as the hook, and then everything gets built around that.
That happens probably at least one concert per season. That there are songs that I want us to do, and I come up with a theme that piece will work within. This particular concert, there's an arrangement of a piece and a composition of a piece called Moses, which is part of the Moses story, written by a composer named Ken Miedema, who is a pianist. He's a legally blind pianist. He travels around the country performing. I've been doing this for a long time. This particular song is 50 years old. It's been going on. He travels around still doing so, and he has the ability, his mind is just brilliant. He will have people give him lines to include in a song, and he will write a song on the spot, accompany himself on the piano, incorporate the things that are in there, and have a song that's good and makes sense.
How do you do that?
How do you do that? And I don't, but this gentleman does, and so this particular song, Moses, he was inspired by a sermon that he heard on Sunday morning, where the preacher's point was that Moses had this staff that God was telling him to throw down, and he didn't want to let go of the staff. He's old, and this is how he supports himself. Tells him to throw it down. He doesn't want to let it go. Well, it goes through that portion of the story, and it's fun. It's got some really cool musical effects that are in it and all that stuff. And then at the end, the song turns around and asks, "What are you holding on to?" That you need to toss down. It becomes just this really powerful message at the end of about an 8.5 minute song. I mean, it's a lengthy song. It tells all through the Moses thing, and then it makes that turn at the end. And that was part of the sermon that this gentleman heard, and it moved him to write this piece. And it's just a fantastic piece of music. Killer piano part. Our pianist Emily Plassman, I think we had to incorporate a couple more fingers in order to make this work for her. It's really a difficult piano part, but she is playing the spots off of it.
So really the same kind of situation occurred for him with this song as we were talking about with you. He came up with an idea, and then he uses that as the basis and then builds this
great
song
around it. Yes,
Moses.
Moses, it's called, yes, by Ken Miedema. And hopefully we've done the same thing. We've built a great concert around this one song that we wanted to include. There are others in there as well, ones we have done before. We're doing Haydn's The Heavens Are Telling from his oratorio, The Creation. Big piece with three great soloists and another killer piano part. Emily, we're working her fingers to the bone on this particular concert. That one's in the mix. A couple of old favorites. Elijah Rock, the Jester Hairston arrangement. Lots of choir folks have sung that in the past. So that's their Make a Joyful Noise, 150th Psalm, by a setting by John Nesbeck, who was a Columbus composer. Wrote many choir pieces before he died way too early. In the early 1990s, so that's in there. Another piece called Samson, telling the Samson story, a little bit similar to Moses in that it's kind of a tone poem where the music acts out what the words are saying. So you can kind of, if you hear the flavor of the music, you can kind of determine what the character is of what's happening in the story. And another fun song there. We're doing one song, Shalom Rav, which is all in Hebrew. That we're singing, featured soloist with choir background, very appropriate obviously for an Old Testament text to include a piece that's in Hebrew, but a first for us. We've not done that before, so that is new. Just a great mix of music all the way throughout. We're doing a setting of the 23rd Psalm, The Lord is My Shepherd. English composer, as actually the song is used as the theme for the PBS song, The Vicar of Dibley. Yeah, so a very silly show, but with this wonderful piece of music as the theme, and again features a wonderful soprano solo in it, in addition to that great melody and a good mix of music, and we're excited for folks to hear it.
Well, when you say found in the Old Testament, was it more difficult than some of your concerts to weed this down to whatever you have 8 or 10 songs in your concert? I mean, it would be an infinite number of songs.
It's just setting of psalms. If we wanted to do, we could do an entire concert of that, and have a rough time weeding it down.
Sure.
And what I try to do is find a mix of different types of music. I tried to do not all settings of psalms, some Old Testament stories as well, because there's some wonderful ones in there. A cool thing we are going to feature Emily Plassman, the pianist. She's doing an arrangement of Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho, which is going to be fun. And then Ann Hart Kippen and Nick Weiland are two singers in the group, folk singers in the area.
Of their own good careers.
Of their own, absolutely.
Yeah.
They are going to lead an audience sing-along of Sunday school songs.
Nice.
Two or three Sunday school songs brought together that are easy for the group to sing, and they're going to lead that. So that'll be a fun thing that happens during the course of the concert as well.
Well, let's give a little background here. It's found in the Old Testament. It'll be Sunday, November 3rd, out at the Crossroads Ministry Center, which is West Fair Avenue out there. I think everybody pretty much knows, kind of almost connected to the campground.
Right next door. Yeah.
Beautiful venue, great seats.
Awesome acoustic.
Awesome acoustics. But get your tickets early, and that can be done online still?
That can be done online, and there has been some changes in our pricing structure. Tickets, if you buy them at the door, are $15, which is not a bad price. That's kind of the going rate for concerts like this.
Sure.
$15, but if you buy them in advance, they're $12.
Ooh.
So if you get them from a singer or buy them online, and they are available online through our website, LancasterCommunityChorus.com, or go to our Facebook or Instagram pages there, and there's a QR code on our posters if you see those hanging around town, and on those as well. You can just scan it with your phone and buy it from there. Cheaper, $12 that way, or cheaper yet, this time of year, you can buy a season ticket that pays for all 3 of our concerts for the year, and that's $30 for the 3, so that's $10 per concert. Ooh. So you can save a lot of money by doing the season ticket. Again, available on our website or on our social media pages.
Now, is this the second of 3?
This is the first
concert, so 3.
So we're starting our new season with this concert.
Okay.
Our second concert is going to be a presentation of the Mozart Requiem. We're excited for that. That will be with live orchestra and soloists and all of that stuff happening. That happens the first weekend in April. And then our third concert of the year is, ladies and gentlemen, the Beatles. All music of the Beatles. And our guest artist for that will be the Lancaster Fairfield Youth Choir. They're going to sing that concert with us. So that will be a fun concert as well. So a great season planned, and getting a season ticket for $30 that gets you
Makes
in
sense.
each one. Yeah, you save a lot of money, and you're going to see 3 great concerts.
QR code. You are
Hey, we are cutting edge, buddy.
On
we
top
are cutting
of it.
edge.
I mean,
yes. And if you don't know what a QR code is, that's that little square symbol that's got all those squigglies in it, and you scan that with your phone, and it takes you to the website, and you can click right on there and buy.
People are taking advantage of that.
Absolutely,
you know, they
yes.
are.
We started that last season, our third concert of last season. We did it for the first time and had a great response to that. A lot of folks purchased tickets that way, so easier than standing in line at the door, because there's always a line at our door. We are very fortunate to have a lot of people come to our concerts, and that does back up. But if you got these in advance, it's real quick to move in
now, the Lancaster Community Chorus is an auditioned choir.
It is.
The people that are singing in this concert coming up on November 3rd auditioned for this, and they're there. Now, you'll have another audition for the April concert prior to that, March or sometime, and I guess just watch social media
Correct,
for that.
yes, yeah. That'll actually happen in January.
Okay.
It's going to be a fairly lengthy prep for that second concert, because the Mozart Requiem is a fairly
Lot
complex
going on
work.
there.
Yes, so the way the calendar fell, where Easter is late, they gave us a few more weeks than we would normally have in that. So that's why we decided to take that on and add a couple extra rehearsals into the mix, and that'll happen there. So yeah, we always have auditions prior to each concert if new folks want to join in. We're fortunate to have had several really strong new singers audition for the fall who will be singing with us for the first time, and it's going to be a very strong group, almost 80 singers singing this concert. So back up, not quite to where we were pre-pandemic, but getting close.
Very good.
And a good strong group. So.
Again, it's a great place to see a concert, to hear a concert out at the Crossroads Ministry Center out there on Westford Avenue. It's found in the Old Testament. It's Sunday, November 3rd, out at the Crossroads Ministry Center. You can get it online. Community Chorus, Lancaster Community Chorus.
LancasterCommunityChorus.com.
is that, and you can get there, got the QR code, you can get tickets from any choir member, Clarence himself, or any choir member has
certainly.
tickets, save a little money there.
Absolutely.
Use the QR code, get a season ticket, save a little money there.
Yep, indeed.
You're almost paying people to come see.
Almost. It just gets better the longer we talk.
Can't believe how good
Yes.
a deal this is. It's a wonderful show. Community Chorus, how many years now?
We started 2012.
Getting stronger and stronger. Again, pandemic maybe put it behind the 8 ball a little bit, but recovered nicely.
Absolutely.
A great group of people out there. Would you say 80, 90 people?
About 80 this time.
80 people singing. It's a heck of a deal out there. Found in the Old Testament. I'd encourage you going out and see it. Best of luck on that. It's going to be a great show.
It is.
Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Fairfield Today.
Interface Video, in cooperation with Fairfield Federal, presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Fairfield County Adam H., Dagger Law, and the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities.